What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome back to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alishia. Thank you so very much for being here with me. Y'all are the best. Welcome to anyone who's new here. If you like my vibe, all you have to do is subscribe to join this amazing tribe full of incredible humans all over the world. It's so sweet. I love being here with y'all. Okay, let's ring the sound bowl. We'll call in spirit, and then we'll get the messages that you need to hear at this moment. Yeah, hopefully they're for you. If it doesn't resonate, y'all, you know what to do. Here we go. Right, I'm calling on spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so much, spirit. All right, as I was ringing the sound bowl there, I was getting the message that it was like, yo, something is building momentum, okay? So that could be you working on a project, working on a goal, or you just feel like it's interesting because the season that we're in here, it's like coming up on fall, and usually that's like, I don't know, we kind of start gearing down, you know, getting ready for like the winter. I don't know about you, but I do. It's like soup season, sweater season, all the things. But I guess it's also harvest. Okay, so something is gaining momentum. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so something in your life is gaining momentum. Let's see what the energy is around that. I don't know why, but it doesn't want to pop. It doesn't want to pop just yet. Here it is. Okay, here's growth. That's talking about gaining momentum. Something here is growing in your world. It could just be you, you know, you could just be growing, evolving. You know, we have realization. There has been some kind of growth. Somebody's seeing it. I heard like growing spurt. Okay, a growing spurt. Maybe y'all have kids. I know my kid just went through like a huge growth spurt. So interesting. But yeah, it doesn't have to be like that. It's like something is all of a sudden growing. It's gaining momentum, right? It's kind of like if things were feeling stagnant or you felt like things were moving at a snail's pace recently, it's like boom, boom, boom. Things are about to pop off, right? We also have change coming through. We have boundaries as well coming up and self-reflection. Okay, so there is a beautiful change, a lot of growth coming through. All right, I know we said that already, but we also have pleasure. You're going to be very happy with the changes that you see in your world. Okay, so it does feel like that abundant harvest time. But it's interesting because we still have boundaries and self-reflection. Let's see what this is really talking about, because it's going to be different for a lot of people. But obviously right off the bat, I get it. Like you're not going to let this growth or this change, or you have grown in a way where it's like you can be really excited about something, or you can see some amazing change happening in your world, okay? But you're still going to, like, you're not going to lose your head. You're not going to, I don't know, you're going to keep a cool level head is what I'm getting here, okay? You're still going to maintain some boundaries. Even though the change might be extremely, like, exciting, you might want to, like, go all out. What is this all about here, Spirit? Please give me some context, because this is just overall energy at this point. I need some context, please. What is this change? What is this growth? Oh. Yeah, okay. This makes a little sense. Hold on one second. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So that just comes through confirming the fact that there has been this frustration, because this is literally what this card talks about. It's like I planted all my seeds, right? I did all my weeding. I did all the good things to help something grow in my world, right? To help something grow. And I've just been waiting for the payoff. I've just been waiting. And it gets a little bit of, like, there's a little bit of frustration energy because it seems like it's taking forever for harvest to come through, right? It's coming, it's here. Because first of all, we have the Empress energy, which is abundance, right? Bringing new life. It's abundance, it's beauty, it's nurturing. You've been nurturing this project, this goal, this relationship, whatever it is. You've been taking it and yourself very, very seriously lately. We have the Hierophant. If you have any kind of influence with the Hierophant coming through, if you are developing some kind of teaching method, or if you're an instructor, or if you're in a position of power, or a boss, or you're taking the lead on a project or something like that, okay, you have a lot of influence over people right now, okay? And that could be something that you have been working on. Maybe you've been working on your speaking skills, or maybe you've been working on your confidence, or maybe you've been working on, you know, something within you. You have grown, you've changed, you've become more elevated. I'm getting so, okay, so sometimes it's hard to put the energy into words that make sense. You have grown into this beautiful, whole, rounded, well-rounded person. Okay, please stick with me, because this is a very beautiful energy. And you're very comfortable with your position of power, or you're very comfortable being in those shoes of being the one that being the influencer, okay? The influencer, this is what I'm getting. Now, for some of you that's on social media or whatever, but influencers really generally are someone that people look up to, they come to for advice, you know, they're the leaders of the pack in a sense. That's who we're talking about. And that's something I feel like you've really grown into and settled into that role. I think that's a better way to put it. So you've really grown into it, you've really settled into that role. And what? And so what? Okay, that's, where did the deck go? It's right here. Okay, you've really grown into it. You've really settled down into it. And you're really, you're coming off as a very fair, very balanced, very caring, very empathic leader, okay, within your community, or again, a peer group or something online, it could be. And here we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Wands. I feel like at one point you weren't sure whether or not this was going to be the thing for you, whether or not this was going to make you happy, whether or not you would feel comfortable being in this position. This is like somebody who's really just, again, really settled into being okay with having all eyes on them, or being in the center of attention, or something like that. Okay. Your manifestations, your powers of like you have this incredible power of like seeing what you want, knowing what you want, and making something happen. So you have this incredible determination. And I feel like this reading is coming up because there has been some kind of frustration or stalled plans, or maybe even some self-doubt that's creeped in, whether or not your idea is going to work. Or again, you have settled, like I said, you've settled into this position where you're like, I'm okay with, again, being the center of attention, or being an influencer, or being the team leader, or whatever it is. But you're like, okay, I'm trying to get something off the ground here. And usually I'm really, really good at making things happen, but it just feels like things have been stalled. Now, y'all, we are coming off of a period of time where we had so many freaking planets in retrograde. Okay, that slows things down. It allows us to pay attention to the details, and really, yeah, just kind of make sure that we're doing everything right. Okay, it's kind of like an analytical season. We are still in Virgo, and that is a very Virgo theme, is to like doing things right the first time. We had a reading not long ago talking about this, you know, really taking your time, not putting too much pressure on yourself. But here we have the change. Okay, here we have the energy that's gaining momentum. Okay, so you're about to see things really shift and really start going in the direction that you planned. Okay, because I don't know why there was this period where it was like, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it working? I'm not filled, but you were having doubts whether or not this was a good idea, whether or not you were cut out for this. But you are, everything's going well. You're starting to see some movement here. Why is this coming up other than just starting to see some movement in the right direction? What is this? We have the Seven of Wands. Oh, a lot of sevens. Sevens come out when there's spiritual challenges. So you're just kind of like getting over this. Okay, hold on. I kind of know why it's coming up. I've got another 7 here, 7 of Cups. Look, there were people, okay, Remember how we were talking about you were finally you've grown, you've settled into this role, you're really happy you're there. There were people who were purposefully trying to either, like, I don't know, not everybody is like into hexing people and stuff like that. So it's not about that. People may have been sending like the evil eye or talking bad on your name, or saying things behind your back like, oh, I hope it fails, or I don't think it's going to work, or I don't think that they can do this. Like, people were doubting you. And remember how I said some of the doubt was kind of creeping into you? I feel like you were picking up on that energy where there was other people, you know, maybe talking negatively about what it is that you're working on, right? Because sometimes when we have, well, not sometimes, but all the time when we have the Seven of Wands, there's this energy of feeling like backed into a corner, like I've got to stand up and fight for this. I've got to go after what it is. I don't care who comes at me with whatever opinion. I'm doing this. I've got my feet firmly planted. I know that I'm on the right side of the argument, or I have what it takes. You know, it's somebody who's willing to freaking die on that hill. You know what I mean? So, and then I had the Page of Swords, you know, coming up in reverse. So people were like, I feel like there was a lot of people kind of watching you. What happens is when you are in some kind of position of leadership and power, it doesn't matter who you are, what it is, you will always have critics. Okay, so this was your critics. I don't know if you were hearing the feedback or the criticism coming your way, or if it was happening kind of behind closed doors. Either way, you picked up on that energy that was coming towards you. And for a moment, you let it sink in, or you let it seep in. But I feel there's been some kind of realization, which this totally makes sense now. We have this realization energy coming through, and I feel like that is what changed, is this realization hit you. You're like, you know what? People love to criticize when they're standing on the side of they're not doing anything with their life, or they're not doing what you're doing. Like, they couldn't do what you're doing, or, you know, they like to sit back and talk, right? People like to sit back and talk and criticize others for the things that they're actually doing. And what are those criticizing people doing? Nothing except for talking. You know what I mean? And so anyways, you've had this realization. You're like, you know what? I'm out here doing things. I'm out here changing my world, changing my life, going after a dream, creating something for myself. I can do this. I know who I am. I know like what I'm all about. Again, you just like maybe reminded yourself of your power recently. Okay. Reminded yourself of your power recently and allowed any of that confusion and doubt to melt away. So the reason why we're seeing boundaries and self-reflection here is because you're like, wait a minute. I know who I am. I've got to put out some kind of boundary. I'm no longer listening to the critics, or maybe creating boundaries for yourself. Like, say if you're working online, you're like, I'm not going to read the comment section anymore, or I'm going to turn them right off. Or, you know, if you are in some kind of public view, I don't know, I'm going to public office or something like that. You're like, you know what? I'm going to delegate these emails, these nasty emails off to someone else. I don't need to see them. I don't need to read the criticism. I need to just focus on what it is that I'm trying to create and remind myself that, yes, I can do this. Yes, I have this answer. I have the solution to this problem, and I'm just going to continue to work on it. Okay, that's very specific. Oh, I feel like whoever this is here, you're really focused on goals and what it is that you're trying to achieve. Here. We have the Four of Swords, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess, the Star. It's going off the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Emperor, the Fool. Oh my gosh. Okay, look, there's a whole string of very positive energy that's kind of like been waiting for you to have this realization. You know, it's like Spirit's like, okay, now that you've finally put that to rest, or now that you've had that realization, now that you have implemented some new boundaries and maybe delegated some of the work, you know, again, not paying attention to the critics or the naysayers or whatever. Now it's like you're back on track. Okay, now you're back on track. Things are starting to move again. I feel like you just needed to be reminded in a sense, or to remind yourself that this is, you know, your path. And stop doubting yourself. This is it. As soon as this hits, that's when the momentum starts. That's when the change starts coming in. That's when you start seeing some progress. That's when you start seeing some of these results or this harvest coming in for you on this path. Again, it's general, y'all, because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. If you want a personal reading, those are open, okay? And you can tell me what you're doing, and then we can apply it to that, okay? That's how this works on YouTube, right? And I'm really stoked because I am also getting ready to take in-person appointments. It's been slow going as well for me. So I totally understand this energy. I really do. But, okay. We have with the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Star. And I want to talk about this, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is so powerful. I can't even, I have to take a minute to really talk about how powerful this energy is that's coming in for you, because it's like getting a boost. Like, okay, it's like whoever you are, you're meant to be doing what you're doing at this moment in time. You are on track. Not only that, but your gifts and your intuition, your abilities, your talents, your skills, you have something that no one else has. You have knowledge, you have energy, you have access to the divine, okay? I don't know, your psychic abilities are on point, your intuition, all of that. But also just like, I guess I said intuition, and this applies. It doesn't have to be necessarily in like a spiritual way. When we see the High Priestess is a very spiritual energy, like saying that you have access to divine knowledge and, just this innate understanding that, how things work. But that carries over into the 3D as well. And in the mundane, your day-to-day life, you just know what's going to work and what's not. If someone's being truthful, if somebody's not. Like, you just have this. The veil is super thin and you can see through everything that's going on. That's why I feel like it's more of like your psychic powers have increased, okay? Because you really know. It's almost like you've become like a mind reader without actually, like, I don't feel like you're hearing what the thoughts, but you're picking up on that energy very, very easily lately, and it's going to increase. So because of that, you've got this leg up, you've got this edge, you've got this advantage. And because you've been working on the self, because again, you've been, really working on your own growth, we have the Star showing up for you. Okay. It's very powerful energy here, folks. This is like whatever you were wishing for, whatever you were trying to create, whatever that desire, that deepest desire of your heart, makes your heart smile, all the joy, whatever your wish, right? It's literally coming into you, okay? It's coming in. And I'm not saying that for like clickbait or anything. And like, it's really hard to convey that because it's like your wish is literally coming true. And it sounds clickbaity, but that's the energy. And that's why it's amazing, because we do have the Ace of Pentacles. You're just getting started. You're just getting started. So you're going to finally see some things paying off. All your hard work, energy, effort, what you wanted to create it. This could be a work in progress since you were young or whatever. It feels like you've been building up to this moment, and boom, you're about to take off. Things are about to take off for you. Okay. Now that's in like with your goals. I feel like it's very much, focused on goals, right? But here's what happens as a little bit of a side note with that, okay? And I know a lot of y'all, you're here for love readings and stuff like that, and then everyone loves love. First of all, you are remember what I was trying to say? Well-rounded. Well-rounded, and I couldn't get it out. And we had the Empress. We now have the Emperor. This is talking about somebody who's really got it all, okay? Who's mastered the masculine and feminine within themselves. Very nurturing, caring, creative, abundant, giving life to new projects, to new situations, right? But then we have that active energy, that strategic energy of the Emperor, okay? I'm into the planning. I'm the boss. I'm directing. I'm the leader. The Emperor and Empress as a team is incredible. Talk about power couple, but that's why, okay, I'm saying that because I have the Two of Cups here too. There's like this power couple dynamic that's coming through, okay, as it's like it's all coming in at once. It's like nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden it all hits at once, okay? All of the good things is what I'm seeing. That's why this is a very beautiful energy. It really is. But anyway, you have everything you need on your own. You feel whole. You feel well-rounded. You have a beautiful balance of your masculine and feminine energy. You get things done. Like you're the boss, okay? You're the boss. You're the boss. You're the leader. You're it, okay? So you've risen to this point, or you're rising up to this point. It really depends where you are on this timeline, where you have it all, or you're feeling like you have it all, okay? You couldn't be happier. You couldn't be more grateful. You couldn't be, you've snapped out of any of that fear or any of that doubt that was imposed by other people's opinions that you don't need to listen to, okay? Because they're not living your life, all right? They're not doing what you're doing, so they don't even matter, okay? And I'm not saying it to be rude, but it is what it is, okay? So after you start to see the movement happening with this goal, with this dream, and you feel accomplished, and you feel like, oh yeah, guess what comes in? Two of Cups. It's either, because you could be partnered already. Some of you are. I have people here who are partnered up and very, very happy and in love with their partners, still tuning into tarot because it's fun. And there's still other messages, right? Some of you haven't met that person. Some of you have, but it hasn't worked out, up until this point. However the cookie crumbles here, folks, the Two of Cups is speaking to reciprocated, balanced, well-adjusted, healthy, loving partnership, okay? Now you have that with yourself. This is what's very important, is that you have created that within yourself, right? First, okay, you've created that within yourself. And now all of a sudden the person, right, shows up. That person shows up. Either they rise up, they show up, they all of a sudden become very present in your world. But here we have this dynamic of a power couple, okay? Maybe both of y'all are bosses. Maybe both of y'all have your own whatever, right? This is a power couple coming together and creating something new, okay? Creating something new, taking off, okay? This is a new beginning. This is an evolution. This is growth. This is the momentum it's happening. It's all happening. And that's what I feel like. It's all happening all at once, right? And it comes after this moment. Now, I know some of you want me to focus on that, and maybe we'll extend it for those of you who are interested in that love portion, because again, and I'm here for it too, so maybe we'll extend it. If I do, the links will be in the description box below, also pinned to the top of the comments. But my biggest takeaway from this reading so far is, because I don't know where you are on the timeline, you could still be in that energy of listening to the critics or being overwhelmed with external criticism, and then it's turned into an internal criticism, like in your inner dialogue, right? That is the thing that is holding you back. Now, I don't want to say that these people haven't, I mean, it is what it is. Like, we can hear 10,000 positive things about what we're doing, and then we get that nugget of criticism. We can get stuck on that, okay? So it's just someone trying to trip you up, someone trying to frickin' rain on your parade, you know what I mean? Like someone, who doesn't have anything better to do with their own life than comment on yours, someone who needs to get their own life. Haters are going to hate, whatever. But when you are put in a position where you are such a powerful energy, you are such a strong leader, this will happen. And so it's like, get used to it is all I guess I really have to say, or tune it out. Tune it out, turn it off, delegate, like I said. That's probably the biggest block that's coming through right now, is that criticism, that criticizing energy, whether it's coming from yourself or someone else or both, right? So once it's like you remember who you are, right? And what you bring to the table and what you are all about, like you take your power back, boom, things start moving for you, okay? Things start moving for you. And that's really the takeaway from this message. And when things start moving, it's like unstoppable energy. It's only going to get better and better and better from here. The Wheel of Fortune is turning for you in your life, okay? And I'm really, really here for it, because here we have this pleasure, and now I understand. It's like You couldn't be happier. You couldn't be more grateful. You were like, it's all happening. It's all paid off. All my hard work, time, energy, effort, blood, sweat, tears, all the things. I am now reaping the benefits of my hard work. Okay. So it's a very beautiful energy here. And I can't wait to see like how this plays out for y'all. I can't wait to see how it plays out for myself. Holy crap. Because I feel like I can get down with this energy. That's for sure. What else should I do? What else should I do with this one? I want to make it good. I want to make it good. I mean, it's already good, but let me throw something on here. Ooh, let's do, yeah, no. Okay, my hand's on this deck. It's happening. This is the Self-Love Oracle deck, and I really like working with it. So let's see what message comes out. For those of you who want to dive deep into the power couple dynamic, we will do that. We will do that. If y'all are on a twin flame journey, yeah, that would be this, the Emperor and the Empress, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Fool. We have the Star. We have so much good energy to jump from here in the extended. We can explore that. I'm going to put it as twin flame energy. I really am, because I mean, you couldn't get any better than this. All right. It looks like a new beginning here. It looks like power couple dynamic. It looks like, holy crap, all the things are happening all at once. So it's not just like your goals and dreams. It's also this incredible spiritual journey that you've been on with this other person. Okay. Anyways, we'll get into that in the extended. But in the meantime, what is this self-love energy? We'll get you an affirmation, and then we will do the thing. What is this? Share light. Okay, so whatever you're doing, you are sharing your light with the world, okay? And it can be sometimes difficult to put yourself in that spotlight, right? Especially if you're like, I don't know what people are going to say, what people are going to think, blah, blah, blah. At first you care about those things. It's come to a point where you just don't, because this is for your greatest and highest good. And whatever you're sharing, you are bringing your own unique brand, talent, spark to the world, okay? So share your trials as well as your triumphs. Your stories benefit you in the telling and others in the hearing, spreading the light of transformation. Okay, so y'all are sharing your stories, sharing your lights. We also have be nimble. When we ask for help, we must be open to receiving it. We may be called to be flexible when help arrives in unexpected form. Okay, all right. Be nimble. Be nimble. I don't know. I just heard Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. I feel like, again, this is just the energy of things gaining momentum and being flexible and flowing when things do. You are going to receive the help that you need if you were asking for it from the divine, okay? Let's see. Is that it? Oh, yeah. I was going to do an affirmation. Let's do an affirmation, loves. Whoop, that popped out. I release, shut the front door. Y'all aren't going to believe this. I release all criticism. Right? Right? I release all criticism. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. Don't y'all get gobsmacked when that happens? Like, it's just, y'all. I love it. I love when that happens, but it never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. I mean, out of all these cards, the one about criticism pops out in the reading with criticism. I just love it. It's freaking magical. I love it. Can't explain it, but I love it. Anyways, yeah, so let's move on. For those of you, I'm just going to drop a little bit of a preview. We will start from the beginning, and I will start with this energy because this is where the love story begins, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate, destiny, the High Priestess, things happening in a mysterious way, unspoken words, the wish come true, the divine counterparts, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Fool. That's where we will start. Okay, I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy exchange, and I hope to read for you again soon. Take care. Hey, y'all. I realized at the end of the first part of the reading, I just showed you all the cards and named them, and I didn't really tell you the significance of what this means, okay? So for all of my twin flame journey folks, okay, the divine masculine, divine feminine coming together, you know what this is in a nutshell? This is the energy that's on the table of you winning the game, okay? Now, I know it's not a game, but this is union. This is like the end game, end goal. This is like overcoming all of the obstacles. This is like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening. All of this work has been leading up to this moment. This is like the payoff, okay? The payoff for everything that y'all have gone through. This is it, okay? Y'all have both come into union with the self. Now, my twin flame folks, you know what this process has been for you. This is a divine feminine, divine masculine who have both come into union with themselves, who are both in balance with their masculine and feminine energy, and who are both now ready to come together and do that mission work, right? Bring your light to the world, right? This is something that's been divinely orchestrated. Y'all, in all the readings, you know what they say. First of all, I will show you the images again. Divine masculine, divine feminine, emperor, empress. Okay. All the readings always say, in divine timing, in divine timing. The divine timing is happening. This is now, okay? That's what the Wheel of Fortune, it's happening. Things are moving, right? You can maybe feel it. You can maybe sense it. Maybe your communication on the 5D and the 3D, it's gaining momentum, okay? Especially for those of you who are already in some kind of talks with your counterpart, or have recently run into them, or have recently rebooted the connection, things like that. It's happening here. We have the Star, all of the things that you ever wished to happen within this connection coming through, okay? And that's going to be unique to each and every one of you, but this is like the healing has taken place. Y'all have both done the work, right, to get to this moment. And this is why I am so excited here for this collective, because it's like the dawn of a new day. This is the beginning of something that is going to last a lifetime. This is absolute union energy, okay? And I did just see 222 on the timestamp as I was picking up the Two of Cups, which is like, oh my gosh, we finally made it. We're here. This is reciprocated love, reciprocated feelings. Let's start this new journey together, okay? We are in this together from this point forward, okay? The power couple, the mission work. I'm getting the goosebumps, okay? So that's what we're diving into. We're going to see, just in case you're curious as to what's going on, if you've had no physical clue yet that this is what's coming in, we will talk about what's going on with the divine masculine. Usually we have a collective here of the divine feminine. Okay, so regardless of your gender, we're going to read on that just so you can get a little bit of an idea, a little bit of a heads up to what is coming next within this connection. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's start. Okay, I wasn't ready. I was just really stoked. What energy is the divine masculine coming through? Because again, it's all happening at once. So divine feminine, now that you've got your whatever you're working on, your goal, right? Now that you have really settled into the energy and the role of being that, leader, that whatever, right? This is when the masculine comes through. Okay, you have basically, like I said, you won in the sense of you got through all the challenges, all the sevens that came up in the first part of the reading, y'all. That's spiritual challenges, right? You have overcome those challenges. You've learned the lessons. You've done the work, and now it's time, right, for the payoff, which is beautiful. So the energy we have here between the two of you and what's coming through is the feelings, okay? Taking time to explore your feelings, your deep, deep emotions for one another. All right, the masculine has been really in their feelings lately towards the divine feminine, watching. And I feel like, I don't feel like your masculine was one of those criticizing people, but again, all eyes have been on you as you've been creating something beautiful for yourself. We have attraction, okay? Divine soul counterpart attraction transcends superficiality. Yeah, it does. Y'all souls are connected. Y'all souls are attracted to one another. It just, it is what it is. We have rejoice energy. Embrace your loving connection and rejoice. And that is the vibe, okay? That is the vibe for this collective of twins. We also have respect, where there's a lot of respect between the two of you. Y'all respect one another, the journey, what y'all have been through. And then we also have this let go. And I feel like it's because either one or both of you have let go, detached, and it's so interesting that letting go is such a crucial step on this journey, because when you detach, you allow people to come, like you're not drawing on the energy and there's no pressure, there's no anything. But anyways, we have, sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. That's what y'all have already done. And in doing so, there has been this, it just feels like the attraction has grown stronger. It just feels like it's the time. Divine timing is here. We also have marriage. Okay, so a marriage of souls is a union of two divine counterparts blending together. Again, it's all happening at once. So I'm going to go ahead and dive deeper. We're going to find out what the divine masculine has been thinking and feeling and going through and learning and changing and growing. What's going to be said, what's going to happen, what are the, just more details, because I'm nosy like that. If you are as well, I do, like I said, appreciate your energy exchange. Okay, so we're going to do that now. We're going to do that now.
She said she'd only kill me, fight through the card of death. She said she'd only love me, fight through the card that wasn't in the deck. The card my finger touched, think I got my wish. You know for sure when it's all done. She said she was a beautiful wish.